Whitney Houston and Bobbi Kristina Brown, who would have turned 30 on March 4, lost their lives within 3 years of each other in eerily similar circumstances. Whitney Houston's death on the eve of the Grammys in 2012 was a terrible shock, if not entirely without warning. The platinum-selling singer and actress had been in possession of one of the all-time great voices, but her career wasn't close to what it was at her peak, and years of hard living had tarnished those once sparkling pipes. She had survived a lot, including a tumultuous marriage and a highly public divorce, but her family worried about her. And yet she was still Whitney freakin' Houston, a beloved entertainer who was supposed to attend Clive Davis's annual pre-Grammy gala at the Beverly Hilton Hotel on February 11, 2012. Instead, the 48-year-old died in a room upstairs, accidentally drowning in the bathtub, and the party became an impromptu memorial. Losing an artist who breathed so much life into every note, who gave so much of herself with every performance, was unbelievably sad. When her only daughter, Bobbi Kristina Brown, died 3 years later at the age of 22, there couldn't have been a more heartbreaking coda to Houston's story. The similarities and the circumstances of their deaths instantly registered as eerie. Bobbi Kristina, who would have turned 30 on March 4, never regained consciousness after she too was discovered submerged in a bathtub full of water. But the tragic parallels became increasingly potent as more information about the final years of Bobbi Kristina's life became known. Over the course of Houston's 15-year marriage to Bobbi Brown, the last 2 of which occurred in the perception-skewing shadow of their at-times surreal reality show being Bobbi Brown, it became harder to discern who led whom down what road. The world had pretty much assumed that her decline was her husband's fault, but she had admittedly used drugs before she was with Brown, even at the height of her success. So, it turned out they had walked down that road together, hand in hand. But regardless of where they ended up, Brown and Houston were longtime sweethearts, first meeting in 1989 and marrying in 1992. Until their 2007 divorce, she stuck with the Randy B. hitmaker through rehab, arrests, car accidents and more misbehavior, so much of which seemed to be brought on by his issues. Houston, however, would later describe herself as what you call a functioning junkie. Still, though cocaine was cited as a contributing factor to her death by drowning, Brown, a father of 5 surviving children who lost son Bobby Brown Jr. to an accidental overdose in 2020, rejected the notion that drugs killed her. She was really working hard on herself to try to be a sober person, he told Rolling Stone in 2018. Asked what he thought did hasten her death, the New Edition singer replied, "Just being brokenhearted." The LA County Coroner's Office noted in its postmortem findings that a white crystal-like substance was found in Houston's hotel suite, along with an open bottle of champagne, food and other personal items. An autopsy determined the official cause of death to be accidental drowning, with atherosclerotic heart disease and cocaine use just probably immediately prior to drowning listed as contributing factors. Toxicology screens turned up traces of Benadryl, Xanax, traces of marijuana and Flexeril, a muscle relaxant, in her system.